What is the chain? What is the chain rule? A chain rule, we apply this rule. We want to take a derivative of a composite function. A composite function is just a function that inside of a function. That is a composite function. And to take the derivative of that, what we will do, the chain rule says that we will take the outside function, the derivative of the outside function, and then multiply it by the derivative of the inside function. So how to apply it? There are 4 steps we can that can guide you how to do that. So when we have a composite function, we want to take the derivative, we'll follow these steps. First, we have to determine what is the inside function, what's the outside function, and then what we're gonna do is the inside function we'll call it z, and then the outside function we're gonna call it f of z. So we'll write the outside function in terms of z. So it may be helpful to figure out first the inside function and then the outside function, and then we will take the derivative of the inside of f of z and z, and then we just apply the rule by multiplying these, f prime of z and z prime, and then later simplify it. Or what we can do is just figure out what is the outside function and what's the inside function, take the derivative then of the outside function and multiply it by the derivative of the inside function, so that it can be easier for you. So in these examples, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through the long way, and then we'll find the derivative using the short way. So it's up to you what you want to follow. Here we have an example. We want to take the derivative. You can see this is a composite function, so we'll use the chain rule. So first we have to determine what's the inside and what's the outside function. It's easy because the outside function will be the whole term, and the inside function will be just what's between the parentheses. But now we will assign them to z, which is the inside function, or g of x, and then assign the outside function and rewrite it as f of z. So the inside function gonna be z equal g of x as x squared plus 1, and then the outside function we gonna write that in terms of z. So what's between the parentheses is just z, and gonna be to the power 100. Now after finding z and f of z, we take their derivative, so we use the power rule in here. Now after taking the derivative, now we are ready to apply the chain rule. We only have to multiply the f prime of z by z prime. This is the function we are given. This is f prime of z multiplied by z, gonna be 100z to 99, and then multiply by 2x. Notice here we have the term z, and we want all of our derivative will be in terms of x, since this is our variable. So we'll go back to what's the value of z, and we'll plug that back into the derivative. Now we just simplify. That should be our answer. So this is the short way. So what you can do is determine the outside, which will be the whole term. So it's gonna be 100, what's between the parentheses, and 100 minus 1, which is gonna be 99, and then you go to the inside function and take the derivative and multiply it by that. So the inside function will be 2x plus 0, since the derivative constant is 0, and then just simplify, and that's it. Here we have another example. We have the square root of 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. We want to use the chain rule, so I'm gonna rewrite that function. I'm gonna transform the square root to the power of half. Now I can know clearly what's the outside function will gonna be the whole term, and the inside function what's between the parentheses. Now the inside function can be written as z equal to g of x, which is equal to what's between the parentheses. Now I want to write the outside function in terms of z. So the whole parenthesis will be just z and then to the power of half. Now I'm going to take the derivative of alpha prime of z using the power rule. And then the same thing, I'm going to take the derivative of z. Now we are ready to apply the chain rule. So this is the given question in this example. So the resulting will be f prime of z multiplied by z prime. But you can notice here the z is written, our function is written in variable x, so we want to take the z back and write that in terms of x. So z is just 3x squared plus 5x minus 2, and then that multiplied by 6x plus 5. Or what we can do, there is an easier way to do that. So the short way again gonna be just take the derivative of the outside function and then multiply it just by taking what's the derivative of the inside function. So again, I'm just rewriting this, transforming the square root to the power half, and then the whole term gonna be, which was the power rule, and then the half will be subtracted by 1, it will be negative half, and then I will multiply it by what's the derivative between the parentheses. I'm just here using the power rule. Now I'm just simplifying. So the whole term to the negative half will go to the bottom, and you can see they are the same answers. Here we have another example. You can see we can use the equation rule to solve this problem, but instead we want to use the chain rule. So in able to use the chain rule in this case, we need to rewrite this fraction. So I'm gonna bring the bottom, and then the bar will be negative 1. Now we have to determine what's the outside function and what's the inside function. The outside will be the whole term, and the inside function will be just between the parentheses. So first, what's the inside function? It's gonna be between the parentheses, and that's gonna be assigned to z, and then off of z, so I'm gonna write the outside function in terms of z. So the whole parenthesis will be z, and then the bar negative 1. Now I'm gonna take the derivative of each. I'm just using the power rule in here. Now after finding their derivative, we are ready to take the derivative of the function. We have to multiply f prime of z by z prime. So I just move the z to the bottom, so the negative is gone. Now we need the derivative in term of x, so I'm gonna substitute the value of z from above, which is gonna be x squared plus x to the 4 all squared. Or what we can do in here, use the short way, so just take the whole derivative of the outside term. So this, just using the power rule, the -1 will go down, subtract that power by 1, and then multiply it by what's the derivative of the inside, which is x squared will be 2x, and then x fourth will be 3x, 4x cubed. Now we just simplifying or ordering, and that gonna be the same answer. Here we have another example, e to the 3x. We want to use the chain rule to take the derivative. We have to determine first what's the outside function, what's the inside function. So the inside function will be assigned to z or g of x, and gonna be 3x. And then we want to write the outside function in terms of z, so it's gonna be e to the z. Now we will take the derivative of each. And now we are ready to apply the chain rule. Which is just multiply f prime by z, and then write again back the z in term of x. Or what we can do is take the whole term derivative, which is the exponential will be the same thing, e to 3x, and then multiply it by the derivative of the inside, which is just using the power rule, gonna be 3. Here we have this example, the x squared. We want to use the chain rule here. So first we have to determine what's the inside and the outside function. So the inside function will be x squared, and that will be assigned to z. And we want to write the outside function in terms of z, so that be e to the z. Now we take the derivative of each. And now we are ready to apply the chain rule. We all have to multiply the f prime by the z prime. Now we want to write this function in terms of x. That's our answer. Or what we can do is use the shorter way, which is just taking the derivative of the whole term, which is gonna be the same here since it's exponential, and then we will take the derivative of the inside function and multiply it by that outside function.